Alright everybody, let's get it going. We got a lot to talk about. Happy Monday to everybody. Big shout out to the chat. Sorry about the little bit of disconnection on Thursday. But I think we're going to get sorted out today. And I think we all know what we were looking at. Obviously, Bitcoin really raging. So we want to get into that. Let's just break it down. Start with Bitcoin, go to total, and get into the rest of it. Crypto, really, let's do the breakdown today. And we'll look at the broader markets tomorrow. But a lot to get to. So if you guys want to look at a couple things, let me know. And we're going to just get this whole thing rocking. I mean, it's amazing weekend action, so that's what we want to really focus on. And I want to bring up one or 2 points of things so that everybody know. You know how clear I am on what's going on currently. And let's do this. Thanks. So Bitcoin, all along that we have been waiting and talked about, really in the last 30 days, is the big move. Now, I just wanted to give a shout out really quick to Mitch Ray, who was here on Thursday. Thanks, Mitch, and I'm sure he and I are going to get back together again and do another one maybe this week with everything going on. But Mitch got in a little tussle yesterday with somebody who said that 6 weeks ago, the guy even tipped Mitch. This is what he said. We're a scam. This is what he said, okay? And saying we were calling for 18,000. I took a screenshot of that because I want to show you what stupidity looks like. All right? Take note. That's stupidity, folks. And I don't think I could be any more clear than I've been the last 3 weeks. And I do want to kind of just so we get perspective of why this is so critical now versus say where we were 30 or even 60 days ago, because it really matters. And again, it falls down to everything about type 1, type 2, first test, second test, do we have confirmation, everything like that. And I think it's again, when we were coming off of, let's start all the way back here from where we were towards the end of last year, looking for the massive rally, and we were looking for that breakout to 100,000, and it didn't happen. And it came down, and I think you folks know that I was changing my tune. Why? Because we knew we had larger targets down here, and the larger targets off of that pattern were 44, and then the big 886, as we know, all the way down at 33. Now, I've been saying all along, folks, this crypto market is about getting Bitcoin off of the floor so your altcoins can run. That's happening. And I have said that throughout. Even if we were going to get to have a capitulation, which is what I was saying, and I want to be clear on that if that was going to break under 30,000, the capitulation target was 22.5. Okay, and I just want to be clear. I know everyone in here knows that. Okay, but I think why we're looking at Bitcoin now the way we are has absolutely changed in the last 30 days. It's all because of this action, basically, from there going forward. And if we trace that out and look, just count the number of days that since the low. Okay, we're day 65. Here was the first reaction, and day 30, we saw the retest, full retest. So the initial reaction was 30 bars. Okay, and again, we came back to it. A lot of things on Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart that we were looking at, the total crypto market cap, and we got that secondary test. My whole point here, I really want everyone to understand what I'm getting to. Not so much of someone's ignorance, of more about the fact that the larger patterns in Harmonic the larger opportunities with harmonic patterns are coming on the secondary test. We can be patient. We also know chances that the first reaction off of a harmonic pattern are going to be simply that, reactive reaction up to target 2. Show me where we have some kind of resistance, and then come back for the type 2, for the retest. This is why, and you go back and look at every stream from basically early March to mid-March of how important these lows are. And again, I think the other point that I really want to drive home here is the realistic perspective. Okay, that recall. I mean, Mitch was saying it. Mitch was totally on top of this, and Mitch does this every night. He was there the day it changed. He was hitting the table. And as far as harmonic patterns and everything that I do, all within harmonic pattern framework, kept on saying the 36,000 low, absolutely insanely important. Then 38. And the whole time saying move those stops up. Keep adjusting your the tightness on your trade management, because it was absolutely a do or die. And I still say that the opportunities are in the altcoins. Now, that may change, and Bitcoin will likely come up here, give us a little bit higher move, and then a correction, pullback, where then Bitcoin could be a verifiable runner. Goes from 45, 47 now up to new highs. Because that's the only thing we need to consider with all crypto. Are we going to go to new highs? Are we going to the new highs? So that's what you need to be thinking. And this Bitcoin will give us a beautiful opportunity. Okay? Think about a lot of the altcoins we were talking about that are already up 50%, 80%. And we'll go through those. And there's plenty more. I mean, just get with this change that is happening currently, okay? And we'll favor more Bitcoin action probably soon, because when Bitcoin accelerates, absolutely. This is absolutely entering acceleration phase for harmonic patterns, the way that we look at it. The other, I mentioned this, I have continued to bring it up, and it's remarkable how this monthly outlook has changed. But folks, your monthly charts are about as beautiful as they could be. Now, we are coming into, we're going to close the month on Thursday, close the quarter. This is big stuff from a time perspective, and those dates are important. It's the close of the candle. Where is this going to finish the month? Are we going to be above 48,000, which is 47.9? Absolutely would. That's a perfect 3-bar reversal right there. Now, go into next month, and the other thing that I have been saying with all of this is that we need a big candle to really set this thing going. I think that's coming for April. I think you're going to get a rather substantial push higher. People are going to FOMO. That's fine. But from harmonic pattern perspective, okay, we're going to start looking for that, because we know the W formation, the BAM breakout, has been triggered now. And this is in a much better spot than, say, having to go through 3 months of consolidation. Again, I'm all about the speculation of these markets. If you're dollar cost averaging or hodling, you can still add to it. It's not too late for that. I'll look for a pullback on an hourly, something like this. But the long-term uptrend, okay? You have triggered this BAM breakout, your B point. Take you up to a bat. All right, 886, folks. That level is 65,000 and change, and we should be triggering this. There you go. give it 2 or 3 more days, maybe into the end of the week for a nice weekly close, monthly close, quarterly close. But that is the definition of the BAM breakout. Now, what happens in these situations? Pretend that the breakout bar is like the terminal bar. Okay, pretend that that is like this singular bar that's, we could probably say it was yesterday or even follow through today, and treat that as a terminal bar, and we should actually be seeing these 1 bar support points not be violated. I mean, we're that close to where I doubt this comes back under 44 again. Maybe you come back to 45 and change, but you're looking for this to actually push and then maybe another day or two and then come down. And then the takeoff. You come back down, retest the top of that line within the BAM breakout. That then triggers the BAT move. BAM, BAT action magnet move to the 886. And I've got 89 too. It's 886. There you go. Bang. 66,000, folks. What we do know, beautiful thing about this, we have major patterns on your 4-hour time frames preceding all of this. Not to mention, we have big patterns at the top. All of that, it helps to kind of build the argument for where are we within the harmonic pattern framework and what are the next likely targets. Because as I've been saying for a while, we were looking at the 43.3 level. Remember this? Check it out. This is where we were last week. Amazing. And after we did the type 1 pullback, we were looking for the hop retest, 43.3. It was acting strong. And check, I think it was either last Thursday or last Tuesday, right at that bar. We were on that session. It was the 24th. So it was only Thursday, folks. We did the breakout Thursday as we were talking. I was pretty pumped. And that's the kind of continuation. I know I said this as well, where you get the big thrust up breakout bar. Why? Because it's above this retest. That's the secondary test off the BAT pattern. And you're well over 30 bars. So that thrust and then, kind of a stair step, grind higher. And that's beautiful. That's what you want to see. Thrust, grind higher, thrust, grind higher. That's it. That's what you want to see. Again, if you need to get caught up on where we've been, I would say just go look at the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks of the sessions that we've done pretty much encompasses everything you need to know from the last year and then going forward into, say, the next few months. And again, I'm not interested in anything but making a run to these 886s that are in that position, and then see which ones are going to break out. Really quick, let's go to total index. This is a beautiful chart. And recall last week, I kept saying that this stuff can have a delayed effect, if you will. Kind of like where especially the type 2s. So if you recall, on total crypto market cap, we had a couple of back-to-back patterns. We actually came back, retested. That's excluding BTC. Let me get the total. There you go. Nice. And we had a pretty sloppy, there's your first reaction, and then come back down 1.7, 1.68 with the confirmation. So that absolutely set you up for this move. And, I was saying, check it out. Here's the post from a while back. Where'd you go? Yep. There's the total. On the 25th of February, we had the first retest, and we were targeting 2.09. Target 2 is as high as 2.44. So we're there now, and that's again on the daily. Actually, we are 4 hour. Here you go. Off of this crab. That was what the first pattern we were assessing from way back when. And I would say that, look, 2.22, 2.24, which is target 2 on this move, is, I don't think that's a stretch here. 2.1. Let's see where we are come tomorrow, because, again, take a look at what's going on the 4 hour basis. Thrust higher, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each bar, higher lows, and higher highs, but higher lows. Really, when you want to go with the trend, that can be more important than anything else. So the other thing to note, check out what's going on with your HSI. Okay, all-time new highs for the move on the 4 hour, taking out the last, 2, 3 readings. That's the kind of thing you want to see. You want the indicator on the breakout to go to new high readings. That means there's real force behind it. So absolutely a lot going on here. I mean, just said that Thursday. Now we're getting the follow through. And let's go back to that daily or weekly on total. Because here's the total crypto of that daily chart. It was a deep crab right off the top. Today, we hit 2.09. We've kind of brushed up against it a few times. So, real important that we not only close above 2.09, we do it convincingly. We get up into this zone between 2.1 and 2.45. Now, let's see how high that can get. It'll tell us how strong Bitcoin, the potential for Bitcoin can be. Also, the other thing to think about is that let's see how strong it is between target 1, target 2. If we're going to see fireworks, it's going to show up on this index. And it is still, by definition, a type 1. I have to say that because this first move here did not hit target 1. That's a little important factoid that is, we need to consider. We'll see what happens. I mean, we need to see your indicators haven't, they're still expanding in the oversold, or the overbought, that strength. So you're several days until your indicators can roll over, at least 2 or 3, and I say higher in that process. Let's keep an eye on that, but we're looking for this kind of a test up here into the end of the week. Ethereum really starting to take off. Finally. 33.60. Ethereum was this real sloppy Gartley. How are we going to handle that? Minimum target 1. And that's on a daily chart. Again, we had a lot of patterns. Some were perfect. Others were not so nice. They really didn't fit perfectly within our zones, but a lot of them did find support at the hop level, triggered. And now, at a minimum, we can assess, be super conservative, and still say type 1 reaction off of the pattern. Minimum. Just think minimum. And that gets you up to target 1 at 37.13. That's a minimum. Again, I think the larger development will still be what goes on with these weekly, monthly charts. Ethereum triggered yet again another BAM breakout. So off of the all-time high, right up to here, you got your XA. B, look at your B point at a 39.7%. So that satisfies the 382 move. And this sets up one of the better BAM scenarios. So since the B point is low, at a 38.2. It's not like a 50. You have more room to run. Now, we still want this thing to confirm with a nice close today because you're just hitting it today. But anything above that 33.50 area is going to get it going. And again, I'm not talking moonshot yet. I want to talk about those markets that can make a run, complete these bat patterns, and make a run to the 886 on the top side now. Remember, on that last dip down, just had like a swing 886 off of this intermediate point. Wasn't really not a heck of a lot in terms of Ethereum, other than kind of this sloppy Gartley pattern, but we can go back to back. Minimum 37.13. Let's stick with the conservatives. We'll line up our targets, go and stair step it. I would say 37.13 because that's target 1, and then all out 886 if above 4,500. Couple more the altcoins that we have been following really quick. LRC, folks. This is a massive type 1 reaction. We have been on this since the XA level. Okay, we had a trigger down here. This is one of those delayed creatures. Now, I want to talk a little bit today about patterns. Once they've formed and they're established, and clearly that market not only stabilized, consolidated, now reversing in ideal fashion. Took more than 30 days, but look, the real count starts to the right of the confirmation variable, which is Harmonic Strength Index, and we know we're in business. We've been in business on LRC since last week. Over a week ago, that big blowout candle, that was a 3-bar breakout to set you going. You're 126 at the moment, folks. Target 1 is 189.80, 190 minimum. Let's call it 2. I'll say 2. 222. 77 to 2. It's a great move. That's exactly the kind of move I'm talking about with these altcoins. And for those that are with the software, so folks, please go to Harmonic Trader. I had a couple questions which was surprising. Again, I really want to be clear. Go to harmonictrader.com. Getting a lot of new requests, which is great. Please sign up and then go to the basic members and go through the instructions, please. Just go through and download the books and take advantage of actually more than one software trial. We're working right now with Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView, okay, which you can get your trial there, but do take advantage of MetaTrader, eSignal, Ninja, Sierra, anyone you want, all of them for 2 weeks. A lot of people also asking me what book to look at. Which one should they start with? I'm going to say start with Volume 3 because that talks about identification, execution, and management in a way that is a good framework. And then if you want pattern specifics, go to 1. If you want confirmation, go to Volume 2. Watch all our videos. This is an entire course. So go there or go to our YouTube channel and go check out all of those. And then, again, the Discord, that's where everyone's posting charts. You can see live stuff and, other things that I'm posting. So LRC, bang it, there, in the books. Let's go. Type 1, reaction, perfect continuation. Again, remember what I said about even the individual price action. And we're seeing this now. Thrust up, pause, 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 thrust up, pause, 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 thrust up. Stair step. That's beautiful stair step action. Couple more. And let's go with patterns. Patterns, patterns, patterns. So here's another one of those level 2 beautiful ones. Ren. Just starting to come out of the zone. This was a butterfly down there, 30 cents. target 166.50, 66.44 cents. And I do want to look for all of these as a minimum target 1 reaction. Still treating all of these as a type 1 go-to target 1 reaction, and then we're getting trend lines. That's the other thing. Really nice. When you come out of the zone, you do some consolidation, usually you're going to see 2 types of trend lines. So right now, pretty steady uptrend. I think we can all agree that that's a steady, somewhat close to, say, a 45-degree uptrend. Now, people might say, well, Scott, you could skew your zoom factor on the charts, and then it's no longer 45, it's 60. Well, again, if you're doing that, you're fudging it. What I'm saying is generally you're looking for that primary trend off of the zone as it comes out. And then the next thing we're going to look for is the accelerated, more aggressive, impulsive uptrend. This is common on the type 1 reactions. I'm thinking we're starting to get liftoff. And this is where we could see that accelerated move. So you keep an eye on that breakout. A lot of them. I mean, there's a ton. All shaping up. Here's another one. Sandbox. This is still early. And again, I think some of them are lagging a little bit behind. But in general, I think it's back, and it's just a matter of time. It's not price anymore. Here's Sandbox, perfect type 1. We talked about that. And then we discussed why this type 2 at 276 was so critical. That should be your confirmed low. And in this instance, we did hit target 1 on the first move. Came back, full retest. So I'm looking for target 2 acceleration. And it could take, stretch out your trend line off of that recent low of what's trying to develop. Be reasonable here. Yeah, that could go into May or even June. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thanks, Lex. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? Stephanie, I missed your call again. I know. I'll call you. You got to give me time, though, after this. I'll call you later. For sure. Bull Script. Great posts. I really appreciate those posts. And if everyone else wants to, if you're posting charts, tag me. Let's get these charts on Twitter. Let's get people aware of why the levels are so critical. I really think that, what can I do? How can I help traders the most? I can post charts, or I can give you a tool where you do it yourself and you follow the levels, develop some experience. You got the tools to go fishing. And that's really what I feel Harmonic Pattern Collection is all about. So get with that. Here, go check. Really quick, go check Harmonic Pattern Collection, please. Go check the website. All of the information is there. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me. Probably the best place is on the Discord. But that's what we're doing, and that's why when stupid comments come in, it's really surprising because these people, I don't know. It has to be like a personal thing. Where your psychology, you're so screwed up in your psychology that you can't see the obvious. And what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks with the turnaround, I couldn't be clearer. Here's Mana. Mana has just this bat at 220. Now this one's got an interesting scenario here where it sets up. If we get a pullback, Mana, Sandbox, maybe this is a type 2 off of the crab pattern right now, but I'm looking for maybe a little bit, 10% pullback, something like that, where we then set up the next leg to really get going. And by definition, this is a type 2 bat pattern. I mean, it's depending on your feed. I think some of the other feeds hit it. But that also shows us that these patterns that completed back in January or February, they'll take time. It's not going to be a rocket ship, but the fact that you've got that wind at your back, let's go. I mean, really, that's you couldn't ask for a better scenario. Here's Matic, interesting. Butterfly. Let's see. There was on a daily though. A couple things with Matic on the daily were that there was back-to-back patterns, but there are a lot of these patterns that have done the big correction and even broken out of the downtrend, which was something 30 days ago we were not there. 30 days ago we were under this downtrend in a severe way. Now that we're to the right, well, that's where you look for the turnaround. And that's how we position ourselves in the right place. I'll check that link. I don't know, Stephanie, put the Discord link, please, in the chat, and I'll look at the other one as well. Thank you. Not many people know. Oh wait, not many people know. And no one has to have you have to have a sound mind to be able to trade profitably on a consistent basis. Not many people have it. Well, I don't. You know what? There's a lot of talk about the psychology, and I recommend Mark Douglas. You guys know my story with Mark, and he's got the really good psychological framework. If you haven't heard of any psychological strategies in trading, but I still think that it all starts with a measurement framework. However you're defining your opportunities, you need to measure out what's possible. You know, how do you define whether it's buy or sell? How do you know where it's going? And how to manage it. So check out this. Here's a Gartley on XRP. And I have been saying that this is not anything yet. We are in position though with this weekly. Here you go. Oh wait, it's this weekly. No, it's this one. Sorry. So we know about this weekly Gartley, and I've been saying that just the fact that we have a weekly Gartley is a beautiful thing. And the fact that we are now at the retest type 2 sets us up where we can expect larger things, but it's still going to take time. And I would just follow it within this the constraint of that uptrend, which could put you into the summer. You know, look, just based on the slope of that uptrend, that could put you into July before you really get going up to that level. Be aware of that, but the pattern is established. It's behind you. Wind's at your back. Let's go. Now let's break it down into that zone for the trigger and larger possibility. Here's Zcash. These have been interesting on the daily. Zcash. This is what I want to see. I want to see bearish patterns fail, folks. This is something else that we should start looking for. Zcash had a beautiful 1618 with this deep crab, and it's failed it. Look, actually, there's the 1618 denoted by the sun icon. So this is really your reaction. And then back up to the hop, and we're blowing right through the hop. This is, just starting, but that's what you want to see. The other one, Monero, this one even better. This one had a beautiful crab pattern. Check it out, 141. And now we have another bat pattern retested. So again, notice we're hitting some targets on total. We're trying to form some patterns here. That blue line means it's still pending. Hasn't officially completed, but I'll be looking at Monero because it had such a nice crab pattern. We accelerated. Look at the big candle right here. Look at it. This massive candle. What was that on the 22nd? And that hit target 1. Did we get back to XA? No. So by definition, still a type 1. Hey, Scotty. Scotty's saying poly. Let's look at poly. Polygon, right? What's going on? How are you? Been a while. Here's poly. On, what do you have it on? 4 hour. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a type 2. Okay. Let's see what happens. Check out that vicious reaction. There's terminal bar right down to 45 cents and then right back to the terminal retest. So I'll look at this. This is a good one to be keeping an eye on because I want to see if altcoins are going to do it now, or are they going to fail it now, like Zcash, Monero. They're looking super strong. And one of the ways to tell with something like this, again, you had a 1 bar massive reaction. It kind of looks like crude oil from last week. And then you return right up to the zone. And a massive candle returning right back up. I mean, that's strong. And again, I wouldn't even consider that unless it checked back at 50 cents. Let's see what's going to happen from here. Here's the weekly. Whoa, look at that. So this is pretty good perspective. This is the other thing I suggest. Take a look at these all-time charts. Where are we? This isn't one I was going to look at, but it sure does have basically everything for the super speculative S coins that you want to try to buy the floor on these. Well, you need to clear out these low-level zones. And so poly, it'll really get going above 56. I think maybe around 50 cents, you might need to do some work on that. Sure, I can look at that. Crypto.com. Yeah. This is another one. It has yet to do the big BAM breakout, which is 55 cents. Again, like a lot of the other coins I featured, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you really only have 2 levels. We have one more level above the current area, and then 886. Same thing here, although that B point is pretty low. But above 55, 56 cents, we start thinking about 886 levels, 90 and change. It's still early, quite early. But look at the action. This is the Coinbase feed, so this is where it came out on Coinbase. It exploded, came all the way back down. 886 reset off of the all-time data. You can't ask for something better than that. It's another important metric that once you understand that what Crypto.com did coming onto the Coinbase feed and then does a perfect 886, I mean perfect, stabilizes there for the better part of 2+ months and starts to break out, well, you better, book it. You'll go 886 to 886. So, perfect position, plenty of time. That's the other thing. You don't need to chase any of this. And I've been saying that for a while. The altcoins that we featured, some had super ideal setups, others were sloppy but still okay. And then things like Crypto.com, they're not even in acceleration phase yet. So we'll get an eye on all of them. We'd love to see some pullbacks, sure. And then go. CRV. It's another 886. And look at CRV. It's a massive bat pattern off the October low. just starting to get going. I mean, this is the kind of thing we want to see. This is the, we want to see big 886 retracements. All right, but we just don't, unless we have confirmation, unless we have some other clear signals, we're not going to jump right into it. But certainly if we get stabilization, we get things like this, just a massive breakout of the downtrend on CRV is another one. Just know, get it on your radar, because the XA of the pattern was 260. Still, anything under 260 on this play is a pretty good spot to be looking at it. And target 1 at 396 is still that's how we treat it. A type 1 reaction, that's all we've got. But in that, from type 1, go to 260 to 395, that works. That's, again, altcoins giving you the larger percentage return. Let me go over, here's the other one that I mentioned last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. I forget. Where is it? It's VeChain. There it is. Remember that? Beautiful crab pattern. That was generated and real sloppy until it got down to the hop level and started going sideways for the better part of, I don't know, 30 days, 60 days. That's where larger opportunities are still valid with these kind of patterns. Look, there's your downtrend. Right there. That's where you violated the downtrend and you still stabilize at the hop level in the zone. Okay, that's really the initial signs you want to see. Target 1 on VeChain is up at 11 cents. And I think if you were late or you didn't catch any of these, continue to line them up. Line up all the ones that have been generated on a daily basis. Because you have these patterns at your back and you have those levels to rely on. So under your 740 currently, we go to, I don't know, come back under 7 cents or anything like that. Another opportunity. It's currently flashing. The blue pattern is a bat pattern, but that's just, hasn't completed yet. First little 886 swing resistance, I'm not too concerned about it. In fact, if again the next pullback on any of these come back in here should be the launch point. A lot going on there. I mean, it's just that one, again, sloppy. But if you were taking a shot here at the first completion, let's just walk it through. Hits the XA twice, 3 times, does a little thrust and rolls over. You're out, because by bar 25, you're already back on a full retest. Comes down to the hop, and I think we looked at this saying, even though I have to go back and look at some of these that were at the hop when they were there, because I know a lot of them we talked about and they just didn't have confirmation, or they didn't have other variables that made it worth your while, even though it was a massive hop level and almost nets you a double coming out of the gate. But still, plenty of time. Why? We know that most of these that have these fat patterns are target 1 candidates. It might take a few months. Look, we've been dealing with this pattern since the end of October. And then the completion point was December. It took the better part of 4 or 5 months to get out of that zone. That's okay. That happens. But the pattern is there, completed. You broke out of the downtrend. It's at your back. That's how you think about it. And then we can get some kind of pullbacks against this larger pattern. Those are going to give you bigger opportunities. I like this. I always like the first thrust move, then the pullback. That's where you really start to see acceleration go. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. A couple comments from the chat. A couple people saying about the cannabis stocks. Yeah, after the big pop, they're coming back. They're going to give you another one. Let's look at those tomorrow. Claire, how are you? Claire's asking, there are too many opportunities to choose from. How do you prioritize? Well, we do what we do today, which is get a group 6, 8, 10 on your screen and look for the ones that are triggering in those zones. Maybe set some price alerts when they get back there. Here's crypto.com is a good example of one where even from a breakout perspective, set my alert above 53. Why wouldn't I just buy it now? Because the failure is above 53, 54. That's where the BAT situation, the BAM, BAT action magnet move takes place. And then maybe circle back to some opportunities like Sandbox that still have a pattern, still closer, much closer to its XA level. XA is at 276. You're currently trading 361. All right, I'm not saying jump in there, but what I'm saying is get a 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart's probably at this point good. Looking for maybe a bat pattern or here on Sandbox, okay? You're working a trend. You're grinding up into this trend. Let's get Sandbox on the radar. It's coming out of that hole, basically under 3. We trying to target to go to 6 and change. But if we get a pullback to say this target 2 off the bearish pattern, all right? If you didn't position last week when we were talking about it, get them on your radar, get it on a 1 hour chart, and wait for 1 hour charts, 1 hour patterns to pop up. Especially if we can get some back-to-back situations like a bearish pattern, then we go bullish, spend 2 or 3 days pulling back, and then we go again. So keeping that. Look at SHIB. We talked about SHIB last week, right? Here you go. It's exploding. This was off of the big pattern. SHIB is actually still in this zone where your trigger levels are basically 23.5. That first one was around 29. And you're looking to go to target 1. That one just did a thrust, but still early. I would be, would get that on your radar. That's all speculation too. And I only say that because those are top crypto projects. I'm not crazy about those other crypto projects, the SHIB and all the other ones. But here's Doge, and Doge trying to do a little move, but we know it's got a pattern on the daily, basically 14 cents. And this is a type 2 off that Gartley or off the crab pattern. Look, daily chart did that crazy thrust move to target 1 at 21 and double top there at 21 cents. Now, we came all the way back down, and a long time ago when I threw the towel in on Doge at 62 cents, I said it might come back to 7 cents. Well, it got to 10. And I think this might be an important low. I think that is early, but for Doge, in terms of the price action, and the fact that this thing has managed to hold a market capitalization of multi-billion dollars, it's pretty impressive. For as garbage of a joke crypto is supposed to be, that's impressive. Couple more. Here's Ethereum Classic, folks. Another one. Check it out. It was a deep crab. Now, this deep crab, kind of a sloppy. I mean, there's a lot of crazy wicks on this, but down at this level, look, that's where HSI came in, down around 24 bucks. Took how many months? Almost 3 full months in that zone. And then we did a straight off move up to target 1. Now, this is a little late, and I wanted to bring this one up because we're starting to see some signs where we have strong reaction up to target 1, target 2 for the first time. So if your crypto is doing that, and then has an arrow, a red arrow, we're going to start watching Ethereum Classic closely. If that's the end of the reaction, which it could be very soon with a rollover, you take it. Take it off. Look for the retest. That's how we treat it. No matter what. No matter if this moons or not. I would look for it something like that. That would be type 1, type 2. Where's XA? XA is 29. I'm saying if this rolls over here. Okay, but everything was there for the reaction, explosion, come back. Let's see what happens. But that was a heck of a move on Ethereum Classic, and we'll see how much further it's going to go. Polkadot, again, another one of these. Look, beautiful type 2 crab pattern on the daily for DOT. And this is all, today we're working with Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView. If you folks want to get that, go to Harmonic Pattern Collection. Or even easier, go to Harmonic Trader Basic Members, please. And just get with the free trial. Again, I think everybody that's here, or we got a lot of people watching after hours, get with the software. It's a free trial. Again, the sooner you expose yourself to the ratios, the patterns, get a little experience, you will see this on your own over and over again. Polkadot, perfect crab pattern. Type 1 reaction up to target 1. Come back down almost to the hop, but not there. But the other thing about this, look, we broke out to the right of the downtrend, stabilized. Now we're starting to climb. And because of the position on this, it's pretty nice. This is the exclusively the action for 2022, this year. And we would say this is in a type 2. Retested. And this is also like I forget the other one we were looking at. Coming off the primary trend line. Looks like DOT wants to do an accelerated move, and target 2 at 26.43 is where you want to go. Target 2, by definition, we're there. One or two more. Oh, let me do Cardano. Hey, here's Cardano. Another bearish pattern flashing off the low. Has not completed yet. Now, I will say something about this. Okay, you want to see these patterns. If they're blue, it's pending. Okay, it hasn't completed yet. We'll see what happens. We'll come back to Cardano tomorrow, because if it does roll over, it should complete by tomorrow. But this is another one of those ugly bat patterns we've talked about. And essentially still waiting. We were waiting actually for that to break out. When we talked about Cardano, I didn't like it. We were scraping this hop level here. Didn't really have too much. And now we are trying to break out. And I would look again. Now we start to get to a place where Cardano, where it is in a better spot. Let's see what the bearish pattern does. Let's see how it closes the week. But maybe what we do is we come down off of that little pattern and then we go. We've seen that in a lot of the crypto markets that are to the right of their downtrend. They've stabilized. They're in a much stronger position. I would want Cardano to do the same. Here's another one. Again, Chili's. All about the altcoins. It's all about these altcoins because the altcoins are giving us the larger moves. And this one was, where was Chili's? Chili's was a daily pattern, I thought. You got a couple 4-hour patterns. Chili's has that crab pattern. This is another one. Just point this out. Um, Explosive move off the low. Now here's another bearish pattern, 4-hour chart within a daily turnaround uptrend, but don't expect this thing to be straight up. In fact, with this crab pattern, look for a little reaction down. Let it get rejected off of the crab, come back, and then if Chili's is really going to take off, it'll explode off that reaction and go through the hop. And that is going to be the strategy for later this week. Let's see how we shape up today, go into tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow. But I want to see what these are doing at these levels come 24 hours. All of it is there, just kind of in a nice position, big thrust, finished. Some of these will give us a pullback, and you'll get another opportunity to jump in. I think it's setting up. One or two more. Let me, again, keep following up. Remember this? Band. We featured this on the daily because it was a Gartley. Look at that beautiful thing. That is what we want to look for. That kind of reminds me of XRP on the weekly. And trace it out. Type 1. Perfect reaction. Come back down. There's your type 2. That's what we want to see. We just hit target 2. Target 2 is 468. We're reacting off of that. So, okay. So much for now. But daily, massive pattern. Let's see what, 60-minute time frame, nothing. But we might just, need to go off the next hourly pattern. As this grinds higher, pull back, consolidate, grind higher, give us a bat. Give us something like that, like a bat or a Gartley. It could even be something like this. This is the kind of thing I want to look for. All right. You get your bearish pattern, and that should be bearish, by the way. That shouldn't be blue. Let me change that really quick. Yep. Why isn't that way? I'm trying to clean this one up. Make that a red bar. Oh, that's it. Let's make it, I don't know why that, oh, maybe the Ukraine thing. There you go. And let me just make that a little lighter. All right, great. We need red pattern. Bearish red, red pattern. Back to back, green. Okay, this is the thing we want to look for in the next, 3 to 5 days. We're getting a lot of bearish patterns on your 60-minute right now because we had a great pump. Awesome 4-day pump. Let's get a type 1 reaction with a bat pattern like this. On a lot of these high-flying crypto, the Harmonic pattern collection will generate your patterns. We'll want to highlight the ones that do this. A lot of them are just completing bearish structures now, but they're going to be reactions. Come back, give you a bullish pattern, nice back-to-back, and then at a minimum, it's got a retest. And what we're looking for is the explosion through. It's right there. Maybe there was some more things I should have highlighted on Thursday. I wanted to spend more time despite the issues I had with my connection. But a lot of the little things that I've been highlighting for the past 2 weeks have tremendous significance, especially when you have patterns preceding the analysis. And that's really the most important point about today. The fact that we have patterns, great. But the fact of how it's responding off the patterns, and you're just early in that development process, that's when you can target and have a really big idea of, or clear idea of where the framework is pointing you. Check out Bitcoin Cash. Take a look. How we doing? Beautiful butterfly. Where is this going, folks? There's actually, let me highlight this for you. I think we all can see this big butterfly down to the 127. And then inside the B to C leg, we have another bullish crab pattern. All of that, your XAs are around 270 and target one at 471. And that's a daily structure. I know also the weekly had this kind of a thing. Really crazy crab pattern, but even in a minimum retest back up to that XA, 729, you're really low in this hole here. And there's so many of these scenarios where they did the spike last year, they did the full reset 886. Now we're in those deep retracement areas that, look, talk to me in 3 months. This is our job. This is what we need to do as traders. We need to be in that position, understand where we are within the framework of the movements, and have a good idea of where it should go, which is Bitcoin Cash 382 off of that. Gets you to about 800. So a lot of things here. A lot to consider. Let me do one or two more. I know somebody wanted to look at Ape coin, someone said. And again, if you're going to go with these kind of super S coins, just understand where you are. Okay, you're pretty much in the casino. And you better be speculating on these. Even if Ape coin goes ape, you know what? Maybe ApeCoin does something like this, because it does happen like this. It does when we're connecting dots. Look, 60. All time, here's the Binance, comes out on Binance, forms an XA range. Your B point's almost a perfect 618. There's your C point. So we'll look at a 786, which is minimum 22, 23, or 886. 26. But that's speculation, and I serve that as a target, and I don't care beyond that. That's where, if you're going to line up your target, you better take it. And if you don't, it's on you. And that's a big issue with translation of analysis to action. If your target says 22 and it gets to 22, you have to be done with it. But something like ApeCoin, you'd probably be inclined just to stay in it because you think it's going to go. Here's AMP, my friend. Who asked for that? Pete? What's up, Pete? Oh, no, G-Dog. What's up, G-Dog? G-Dog asked quick for AMP, and AMP is like these other ones. Big pattern off of it. Type 1 reaction. This one, it's not a type 2 yet. You would need it to come back to the XA at 2.19 cents on AMP. Hasn't done a heck of a lot. Here's Cosmos. This one, another range bound where, look at the big bat pattern. It's beautiful. Beautiful bat pattern on Cosmos. Again, hourly chart against these daily zones. Hourly chart on Cosmos has a crab pattern. A lot of these are generating crab structures, which means they all did 1.618 extensions in the past few days. So expect a pause. That's how it works. Target 1 reaction, and then we'll see. Maybe we get a pattern between 2880 and 2970 for the bigger move, bigger retest. That's how we'll walk through it. I'll go through some more of these tomorrow. I think just covering crypto today is critical. I do think that, let's be clear on where we are. We've come a far way. I expect some kind of consolidation pretty soon. And then we're going to see how high this is going to go. Here's Avalanche, folks. And this is the example of strength. Why? Because look at your terminal bar. There's a deep crab pattern. Pattern completes there. All right, no confirmation, straight on through. All right, there's your first confirmation. and you would look for the check back, and what's it do? We look for the red arrow in the bearish zone and look for the check back. You don't get it every time, but that's the play that we look for. What's it do? It blows right through, super strong. And that's, again, that's hourly. There's 4 hour. Your daily, I know this is a beautiful one on the daily. Check out Avalanche on the daily. Another Gartley. So a lot of patterns here. That kind of pattern looks like a real continuation structure within the long-term trend. Look at that. That's a beauty. And that's where I feel like a lot of these, the avalanches, the Lunas, didn't even look at Luna yet. These are the ones that are going to do that next leg first. And that's absolutely want to get them on your radar. Luna, now what do you do with Luna? Well, I'm going to share with you something that's happened. It's a proprietary signal for HSI, Harmonic Strength Index. All right, we have that first move. We never got the retest. In fact, quite strong. And take a look at what just happened on the daily. We're triggering a bullish HSI at a very high level. It's all the way down there. So I'm thinking that the Luna breakout might happen right here. That's a key part of the whole crypto complex. You need to see Luna and other ones do some crazy things. And that's what I'm expecting on Luna. We'll know by tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow, but this is in a perfect position to do the breakout now. One or two more. Okay. I'm going to show you something I showed people a while back. I know a few of you asked for it. And it's a big position that I have. I still have it. And one of the reasons why I've kind of avoided it, I simply don't want to shill it. But I know a lot of people have asked me for this. And this is an S coin. So check it out. XYO, folks. This is one of these super S coins, and it's asked speculation here that all along, like a lot of them, we were looking for the simple BAT 886. All right, when it got there, just bled out, and then started to trigger a couple of nice things that I started talking about and got into the position at higher levels. And I mentioned this to people, and I know some people got into it. Okay, I am still holding it. I am still holding this position. And I said that a week or so ago, and I'll bring it up now because I do want to be transparent on it. One of the things I like about this, this has got a lot of volume. It's a lot of activity in this crypto. The other thing is, this is one that is to the right. I mean, we could stretch out that downtrend anywhere you like. It's certainly stabilizing. This is super S stuff, okay? Like VeChain or some of the other ones that, you know, your SHIB, your Doge, but you're looking for a percentage speculative move. That's the key here. That's the key. So we'll go into more of these tomorrow. I think there's a zillion of these. I think you folks get the point. What we're looking for, not only the continuation, but line them up now. There's going to be plenty of time. If this is the first thrust, which it is, in my opinion, there's going to be plenty of time to capture these. And this is just one of many others that I think are ready to run. Let's see how they come off this initial 1618 across the board. You guys, all right, you guys want crude oil, natural gas? Look, I know it's down 5 today, but I'm not, this is like oil. I'll do it really quick. Because I think crypto, I think we want to be starting to focus more on crypto again. It's coming back around. Here's crude oil. Down 5 today. I'm not really too concerned about it. Let me show everybody this. Crude oil futures, light sweet crude. That's CL, by the way. There you go. Oh, see, it's already coming back. That's not right. Hold on one second. Let me get the right one. Let me go to the other platform. Here you go. I'm jumping over to the eSignal platform, folks. This is the screener for eSignal platform. I talked about that on Thursday. Do check that out. Let's go to crude oil. 4-hour chart. Come on. Oh, here we go. 1, 2. Crude oil, I'm already bouncing back. I'm so not worried about this. Oh, I know there's a bullish bat pattern. That's right. Listen, folks, line up crude now. If you're not, this is another example where we're in a trend line or in an uptrend. There's a bearish pattern. This is what I was saying with crypto, what crypto needs to do. Okay, take a look. Hourly time frame on crude oil. Big alternate bat right up there. Sideways, sideways. And then what do? We go form a big bullish bat pattern up in the bearish zone, and we go sideways. How many days? Yeah, over a week. So we're back at this hop level off the bat pattern. Again, I still say we got to come back up to 128, 125. That's your all-time 886 is like right there. And we have to retest that. So again, utilize these down days as an opportunity to get long. I'm really think that's, you stay with that. And like nat gas. Look, nat gas is crazy. When it moves up big, they're going to come back, smack it back down, of course. But yeah, here you go. We had a bearish pattern 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Perfect type 2 came all the way back down, finished the whole process, started back up again. So after the bullish response off after the bearish reaction, reversal off of the bearish pattern, okay, what happens? We get a bullish pattern that comes after the fact, 30, 60, 100 bars later. This is the kind of signal we'll want to see with crypto. We'll want to see crypto pause maybe. Maybe it tops out tomorrow or Wednesday. And then it does a pause thing, forms a pattern, and we go again. That's what we should be thinking. With oil, with gold, all of this stuff. There's a lot going on. I mean, even with last week, really quick, I will segue tomorrow and start with the markets. But look, NASDAQ. Okay. Where is it? No, sorry, S&P 500. If you're worried about the markets, look at the S&P 500 and watch what this thing does. Now check it out. We are an official type 2 right now. And this is probably the most significant structure, I think, for any market, period, because it will tell me outside the 10-year bond, but we did break out of the downtrend. This is a secondary test. Okay, but we're at target 1. We just completed an HSI. We have to continue that uptrend. There's no violation of this uptrend, by the way. It's something to consider, and we should be going to target 2 off of that secondary completion. If this rolls over, let's say we spend 3-4 days and we start dripping down, that would concern me. Right now, it's okay. But this is what we'll get into tomorrow, because this S&P chart had everything. And I even, look, I posted this chart when we were at 4110, and I said bear bounce. And that's basically what it was. It was a bear reaction bounce. Came up, came back down. Now it should be going. There's no more room here. There's no more room to let this thing roll over. Quite frankly, this should be doing demonstrative things over the next week. If not, we'll deal with it. But target 2, by definition, is what this thing should attain on this move. So I appreciate it. I think that's, look, there are a lot of things going on here, and you're going to miss some things. It's why I think going with the software and having generated levels is everything. Oh, I did want to show. Here's the XYO thing I wanted to show. Okay. XYO was something that I was looking at, but we got a perfect 4-hour deep crab pattern all the way down here at 1.6. All right. I was going off of the daily, weekly 886, but look, that was all the way up at around 240, 250. Like this. All the way back here around 220. And this thing bled out, but doing better. Again, I've always said it's super speculative and will take time. But other ones are shaping up a lot better. I mean, just XRP is the one you want to watch, because that will really show us how soon this thing will explode or not. Would be great to get an announcement on XRP. Oh, one other one, the YFI. YFI, you're in finance. I posted that. Perfect type 2. All right. This one, again, exemplifies what we should be looking for now, next 24, 48 hours for crypto. Beautiful deep crab up to the 1618. Do the pullback. Go to target 1. And then if we're going to get the explosion, we should get the explosion here off that 21,000 retest. I'll have more tomorrow, folks. I think we really killed it today. Very happy we got into it like this. We needed to kind of get the whole crypto scene up to date. I'll go into some more tomorrow. I'll look at stocks tomorrow. We'll look at crude oil. We'll look at the indices. But this does it for crypto. Again, you have any questions, get with me. Become a basic member. Get on harmonictrader.com. Get on the Discord. I'll check that link. Stephanie, put the Discord link in. Appreciate it. And if you have any other questions, send me an email, harmonictrader@gmail.com. So until tomorrow, folks, thanks for everything. Great session. Get ready. Hey, if you missed this run, if you didn't buy on this last run from the last 10 days or so, get ready. We're going to get another opportunity. Ideal patterns are going to develop very soon, that the next opportunity you're not going to want to miss, because that's the true launch pad. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. As always, go get 'em.